welcome to Rez Politics. Today, we will be covering the special election to be held on October 30th, and last day to turn in your declaration of candidacy is the 17th. We are going to cover the first titulare candidacy is Waylon Rogers.
The Native American people were lied to, they were cheated, and treaties they negotiated were broken. And I know that all of you understand that we have a debt that we owe the Native American people that we can never fully repay. Native American people have added so much to our culture and have taught us such important lessons, including the following. And that is that we as human beings are part of nature. Yes. We must live with nature, coexist with nature. What the Native American people have taught us is that if we continue to destroy nature, we are destroying the human species. Yeah. And yet, despite all that the Native American people have given to our country in reservation after reservation, in Native American community after community, unemployment and poverty are sky high. The healthcare system there is failing. The schools are failing. If elected president, we will change our relationship to Native American.
This is what I thought we would have at the beginning of my term, but we got the Trump administration. He immediately removed funding just like he is now. 18% across all tribal programs, and it took about a year to fix everything. So, I've seen this before and have been in the front lines to combat defunding of our programs that directly help the tribal membership. My fellow community members, we have collectively weathered a dark storm in our history. Today, we stand at the precipice of a new future far more prosperous. And just for our people, I believe we have been failed by the priorities of our former elected officials. While critical projects from my time on the council are now being completed, real improvements in the lives of our people have been stalled since the onset of COVID-19. After all, the council during COVID-19 kept the doors locked at the tribal office a year, or more after the COVID-19 pandemic was announced over by the President of the United States. This meant the council didn't have to work directly with the public for years. Most council, on their first day and months, are flooded, with shareholders going in and out of their offices. So, I believe they did not get the on time they normally would with the public. This was a problem because they were no longer attached to the people. There was one councilwoman's family that seemed to have a daycare in the front office of the tribal building. I learned that from a visitor from California asked me about how that works. How embarrassing is that? One of the biggest duties of tribal council is upholding the face and optics of the tribe and having the fiduciary or financial responsibility of the tribe. This council, when pressured about financial questions of purchases of boats, questions about how the boats were purchased, asked to present basic minutes for meetings about the boats, also other questions about the tribe stemming from an audit. This council hired 8 security guards against their own people, locked the public out of meetings they were entitled to be present at. I must ask, have we, the shareholders of this community, been truly served? My own experiences echo the frustrations I have heard from many of you. When my mother needed help with medical travel, we received nothing, while others received support for less critical causes. Like just an example, $2,000 to deliver a check. Having recovered from a stroke myself, I know the weight of these difficult journeys. The questionable priorities of the previous council are a story I have heard repeated throughout our district. During my term, we were on the verge of groundbreaking prosperity. We had ambitious plans for a large-scale wind turbine project, 2 solar farms, a mini-grid for our school, and research into hemp, CBD, and drone manufacturing. Many of these projects were working like a Swiss watch, everything going perfectly to plan. These innovative projects, which promised jobs and a sustainable future, were tragically derailed by the pandemic. I held office for 1 term from 2016 to 2020. While in there, I learned a lot. Not only in formal training, but from the tribal membership, policy, the Constitution, and the nuances that are inherently in politics. This included how tribal, state, and the federal government work together. I also learned how to be transparent. And knowing the fight is never with the membership, but with the other entities like state and federal agencies. I believe I have the institutional knowledge of the tribal government and know the traditions and how they are supposed to work. Circumventing policy and the Constitution should never be an option. Navigating the tribal council for a first-time council is tough. But since I've served a 4-year term before, I believe I would be a good investment for the tribe and my district. The council I worked with was the only council that used the entire Constitution. Speaking of the Constitution, I have been for updating the tribal Constitution. I was on a committee years ago to change it, but there wasn't enough support at the time to make it happen. I also want to hold people to account. Anyone involved with the illegal purchases of the pontoon boats, and any other purchases that didn't go through central finance the correct way. I also want to question some of the decisions of the previous council. Some of the enrollments have been quite questionable. I want to look into a DNA analyst for true descendancy. Renewable energy for homes. The 10-kilowatt solar array at my home is enough that I don't pay electricity. It offsets my electric bill. And the system makes enough that I have accumulated energy credits on my account. This also includes large-scale solar, large-scale wind, a hydroelectric dam installation at the Tongue, river dam to power a data center. This will also include a large battery, one of the largest in the United States, a pump storage water battery that will sit on top of the Ashland Lame Deer Divide. I also want to restart the business incubator, like how the mini mall in Lame Deer was started. But instead of a large building, I was going to use shipping containers as a business incubator. Right downtown Lame Deer, we could have our old Tijuana days back. But the units would be set up across from the depot in Lame Deer, one in Ashland and one in Busby. This will attract visitors off Highway 212 and give everyone a chance to start their own businesses. As with all the projects I have been involved with, I am adding a water slide and pool for everyone. I always throw that in with everything. So, that is the micro and macro idea of my vision and what the tribe is capable of. Small businesses for everyone locally, and very large manufacturing and energy projects. I think it's time to get busy and start focusing on the business aspect of the tribe. We started our very own Morningstar propane in 4 months during my term, so we are able and capable of starting a tribal business quite quickly. Someone asked me, what have I done in my lifetime for the tribe? I told them every road on this reservation, every street, Highway 212, and even the street signs. I had a hand in or worked on every road of our beautiful reservation, and really rebuilding thousands of miles of roads off reservation. When not working for BIA Engineering, I have always been a roadman. I've worked on the roads pretty much my entire adult career, so as a planner and having an engineering background, I did take on large projects and as many deals or potential deals as I could. I want to continue to keep swinging for the fences and bring our tribe into a more solid and stable future and to provide everyone with much more opportunities than ever before. I would appreciate your vote on October 30th, 2025. I deeply believe that we can have a brighter and much more fair future. If voted in, I will keep my foot on the gas pedal. I will keep moving everyone forward for a better future.
Thank you, Waylon. Here at Rez Politics, we're offering to produce election videos for the upcoming election. please contact us at r.waylon@gmail.com or on Facebook Messenger under Waylon Rogers. Thank you, and good luck to all the candidates.